Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Whatever, Whenever, the show where we talk about whatever we want, whenever we want. I am Robin.
And I'm the Mentok, the whenever of the situation.
And I'm the Whatever. And we have three guests today. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Alright, I'll go first. I'm Chloe. Currently I'm not writing very much, but I'm the one kind of doing a lot of the social media stuff. I'm working on making some merch pretty soon for, like, DINORAWRS, which is the first story we're launching. And, Sean, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Sean Redman. I am one of the founders of the soon-to-be conglomerate Omni, and I am currently writing multiple stories, and I am helping my friend that is going next, Julia, with editing and processing of the scripts. Currently, my main one is a superhero story that is bouncing between names.
Oh, still balancing between names, are we?
Project Untitled.
Yes. Shit, I guess I'm next. Where do I begin? I'm Julia / Twisty. I am the main founder of Omnic. I'm also writing a lot of stories, and I'm also an artist. We have a lot of stuff that we're trying to put together. We're working on comics. Like Sean said, they're writing. I'm also writing, and also on the side, I'm also a political commentator, and I talk shit on the internet for a living. That's it.
Interesting. It's a lot going on.
Yep.
All right. So you guys wanted to come on to talk about this project that you guys are putting out called DINORAWRS, I believe. Do you guys want to kind of explain that?
It's DINORAWRS.
Yeah. We're 2007 e-girls up in here.
That's the joke.
I was wondering if it was spelled the way that it was pronounced, and I'm just like, okay, that might be a reference.
Yeah.
So I like it.
Yeah.
If anything, it's a reference to how fucking immature I was when I came up with that name. And I only kept... I was 12 when I came up with that name. And I left it that way on purpose because it just fits the tone so well.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever works, works.
Yeah.
So, I was curious, Robin, Mentok, what'd you guys think of what you read?
Admittedly, I don't think we got to, finish what we read, but I know that I liked what I saw so far. I think Mentok did too.
Same. I didn't get to finish the whole thing, but definitely a nice little world-building introduction that you provided us. And I guess what we wanted to do is just kind of ask questions about it, how it came about, and what the process is as far as your creativity, because we've interviewed indie devs and things like that in the past. You guys would be our first writers and comic writers too, so it'd be interesting to get your just kind of insight, what your day-to-day is like, etc. And toward the end of the podcast, we just talk about random shit. So that's kind of how the flow of this works.
Yeah.
Sound good.
But yeah, I'm curious to see how you guys got this inspiration, and what kind of drove this idea.
I guess, well,
All right.
since this whole thing basically started with me, I guess I'll just start off. It basically originated I don't know why I decided to do this thing, because before I was just drawing random fan comics or whatnot for fun, from elementary school to middle school, and then I just got this random stupid idea to because I saw that, because we were at a lunch table in middle school, and we had a very it was pretty much a very diverse group of people that were just sitting at one lunch table, just chatting, having a good time. We were all buddies and whatnot. So I thought it would be interesting to just make a comic book about All of Us pretty much, because I don't know. I just like I just like their personalities, pretty so to speak, and I just wanted to put those personalities in like silly fantasy and sci-fi settings, and just to have some fun with that. And then like over time, it kind of just the more I would think about it, the more I would write about it, the more I would draw. It kind of just expanded into a whole like bigger story.
And the characters featured in the prologue you all shared, is that the same set of characters, or have things kind of shifted over time?
Oh, it's the same set of characters. It's always been those characters for years.
Interesting. So it's kind of like you had an idea, and then you kind of stuck to it, but you kind of like refined it and tweaked it here and there.
I've gone through like two different.
Right.
This is like what I've gone through right now. This is like the third draft, pretty much, and I think this is the final draft. I like the way it's set up now.
That's good. Yeah, I guess one thing that I was curious about is does this kind of take place like in a specific part of America? Because I know that they mentioned this being like in America, in at least what I read. Is there like a specific like state or like a city or anything? Or is it just a general kind of setting of it being in America?
It's never really mentioned, but it's kind of set in Indianapolis, but it's never like fully like, you know, mentioned pretty much.
I see.
I should say, like, for our audience, could you give a quick summary of what it's going to be about, and like long-term plans, etc.?
Yeah.
Oh sure, I have I have it written down actually. I to be able to read it out for you guys. Just give me a few minutes.
No worries. Yeah, I figure some context would be good here, because what I did read was kind of a breakdown on the different races that are in this world and stuff like that, and the monikers that they have for those different races. So I thought it was pretty cool. It'd be nice to just kind of get the setting and the context involved, and maybe like a little bit of a summary so everyone knows what we're talking about.
Yeah. Just once my computer like loads and stops being mean to me, I could read.
We've had our computer tragedies here.
Yes. Ricky, are you gonna put in the Jeopardy music during this? Is that what you're gonna do?
No.
You have to.
Jeopardy's too cliche. Go with the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Go with,
That's even.
not the $100 questions though, like the $1,000 and up questions, like the real like slow pounding heartbeats ones, because that's the.
Amazing.
I use that for everything though. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Well, Jules is trying to get that up. I can I just God, fuck, I am bad if I don't have a script. Blech. Basically, we're going to launch on the 9th, July 9th, a couple days after me and Jules' birthdays, actually. And we're going to have a Patreon set up where we're going to have the prologue that you guys got to read out for free. And then we're going to have a $1 tier and a $5 tier. The $1 tier is just... currently, it's just a Discord role until we can figure out something more to do with it for the Discord that we're going to be launching the same day. Maybe a little before, I'm not quite sure yet. And then a $5 tier where if you're on that tier, you get to see all of the chapters a week early, and our current release schedule is going to be about a chapter a month. We're going to start with DINORAWRS, and depending on interest or how fast we can work, we might do more chapters per month, or, you know, we might start a second story, something like that.
Nice. That sounds cool.
And has there been any concept art released or anything like that?
For
In a
DINORAWRS,
sense,
absolutely.
Oh yeah, no,
It is flooded on Julia's Twitter.
Here, I'll send you some. Let me just.
Yeah, you can send these. Yeah, you can send us this concept art, and we can send it off to Ricky to put in the video.
Okay.
Some of it's NSFW, not all of it is, but
Yeah.
Okay, we won't use that.
All right, Ricky, don't use the safe for work ones.
Wait.
$5 to get the NSFW pictures on the video.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, Ricky, put a big lock, like blur out some picture and then put a giant lock in front of it, so it shows that you have to.
It's like
You have to be a part of the $5 tier.
put the fucking the Patreon
So-
logo on the naughty pants.
Yeah.
Just each different letter has
Oh,
a
yeah.
different on each knife.
And also the "Are you over 18? Yes, no." Put that.
Hello to my little brother who is watching this, probably.
Uh-oh.
Digital high five.
That's why we're asking.
God damn it, I hate you
Gotta
all.
keep the kitty safe.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Just know that miners will be
man.
yeeted into the stars.
Yeah, that is my Twitter bio. All right. The gods have smiled on me, and I have the synopsis.
Okay, cool.
All right, so I will, to the best of my ability, read this shit out and try not to get, and try not to let my fucking ADHD just destroy me while I'm doing this. All right, let's do this.
Yeah.
If you send it to me or Chloe, Julia, I could read it for you.
I want to try and do this, okay? I will send it to you guys though, because there's other synopsis that I have written out for you, so I'll just send that to you in a bit. Alright. Monsters, demons, aliens? This band of silly preteens called the DINORAWRS has dealt with it all. Why are they called DINORAWRS? Even they don't know. But it sounded cool at the time. Follow this diverse cast of kooky kids as they battle all kinds of monsters and baddies that threaten the world as we know it. Lily, the retired adventurer seeking thrill and excitement. John, the tiny psychopath with ambitions to conquer the earth. Dakota, the mysterious boy genius. Sean, the mighty half-angel. Monisha, the wandering healer, and her travel partner David, an emotionally distant marksman who's a bit of a dunderhead. And Nick, the charismatic, skilled fighter with hidden aggression. And that is it. That is what I have for you. That's like the synopsis for the series as a whole.
Nice. That sounds cool. Can't wait to see all those crazy characters in action.
And we're seeing some of the art for it now being
Yeah.
posted as we're talking.
Yeah.
So at the very bottom, that's Lily. Above that, that's John. Who's the elf girl? Her name's escaping me.
You don't know her name?
No, I
You don't know
don't.
her name? That's fine.
It's Fiore.
Elf woman.
Above her is David.
Yeah, above that's David, and then that's Dakota on top.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Nice. I like how Dakota kind of has like a Mega Buster, almost.
Yep.
Yeah, he looks like he'd be Dexter's cousin.
Dexter's.
Can we put it side by side?
The
Dexter's
side by
oldest
side of
cousin.
Dexter.
More
I-
like
Oh, no,
an
wait,
older
wait,
version
give-
of him.
I'm a huge
Give
fan of
Dexter-
that show.
Give Dexter a Mega Buster. That way, it's like even more like spot on.
Give him
Yeah.
the one from Deep Sea 5.
We have like a lot of.
Oh god.
And the Mega Buster's probably on purpose because all of us here, we have like a lot of video game and like anime inspirations and stuff like that poke through really hard.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Dino Wars is pretty
Well,
much like a series that just kind of parodies a lot of genres and shit, which is probably the most fun part about writing it for me because I can pretty much do whatever the hell I want with it.
Yeah, because like even just hearing from your synopsis, it's got like fantasy, it's got like sci-fi, it's got like all this other stuff in it. It's kind of like a mishmash of a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
And I love the art style that you guys are going with here. This is it's pretty cool. It actually reminds me of like the old school Newgrounds type of animations from back in the day.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I do love those. I love those Newgrounds, the old Newground shit.
Yeah.
Robin and I have discussed like, yeah, they still do. This is, you know, like we were discussing on a podcast recently, like Newground stuff, and it's just the amount of like really talented creators that came out of that old school era that are just like thriving right now. It's pretty crazy because I was kind of around during that time where all that stuff was like popular just on Newgrounds. I'd never think that these people would become like these huge stars in the animation world, you know?
Yeah, they're still putting out a whole bunch of cool games. Like just today on the front page, I saw this game called Pico Pizza Frenzy, which stars Pico from Pico's school, and he's like a pizza delivery guy, and it's like a beat 'em up on a time limit, so you have to collect as many pizzas and collect as much cash from beating up enemies as you can.
So you do it with a slice of pizza in his mouth and then knocking the crap out.
Oh no, he picks up whole pizzas. It's
Whole
great.
entire pizza.
And there's like a voice clip that says pizza every time you pick up a pizza.
Pizza time.
Actually, funny enough, they do use that music for like the main menu.
That's brilliant. I love it.
Yeah, for like the title screen and the reward screen and stuff.
Good. I don't think the game
brilliant.
would be good without that.
Yeah.
Oh, also,
I actually played a little bit of that now that I think about it. That was like,
Oh, really?
It's really well done.
Yeah, it is.
Also, I was gonna say, this, we've said like this already, but like this will be a comic at one point. We don't have a time frame for that yet, though. So we're just gonna kind of hold off for the moment for that one. But we'll be coming down.
Okay,
the line,
so
though.
It'll be releasing as just a regular story at first, and then
Yes.
convert it into a comic.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the long run.
Yep. And that's kind of our plan currently with all of the stories we're doing.
Yeah. Because we don't want to ground Julia down into dust as a disposable drawing machine.
Yeah. So,
She's our friend.
all of us can write, but she's the only one who can draw. So
For the moment, we don't have a sec. Well, I would like to have like 3 more artists on board.
Yeah. And hey,
Yeah.
Robin.
That makes sense.
Robin,
Yeah?
offer's still open. Anytime you want to just, hop in and ask us.
All right. Thank you.
You can be the machine.
I just
The
I just fucking
machine.
stopped because one guy enters like, all right, I'm the new artist, guys. All right, I'm retiring as the artist, everybody.
Yeah. We're just back to square one.
Yeah.
The mantle of responsibility.
But yeah, we are looking for artists. We have a tweet out. But I don't know. When you guys upload this, I'll probably just like throw a link into if you guys want to put it in the description of the video, or I can just leave a comment or something.
Oh yeah,
But, like,
sure, we will.
We have a tweet thread. We're looking for artists right now, just to help out, and so we can not spread ourselves too thin.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Well,
at
with
some
that
point
said,
this
I guess,
will
like-
start drawing like the comics and whatnot. But yeah, that's. Go on with what you're about to say. I don't want to be interrupting.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I just wanted to kind of ask about like your creative processes, because as we've talked to a lot of creators and all types of industries and stuff on the podcast, and everyone has their
Holy fuck.
routine. So I
If you
figure
can
like
hear me, I'm sorry.
how do you keep up the
my shit just,
inspiration
like,
and the
Froze for a
motivation
second. Give it a minute.
when it comes to writing and illustrating and coming up with ideas? What does that look for you?
By being a
What does that
big,
look like for
fat
you?
nerd.
I bug the crap out of both of them and make sure they're staying on task.
All right. Sorry. So what were you about? You said like what was my creative process thing? My Discord froze randomly. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean that was the gist
Oh,
of the
yeah.
question.
Oh, that was it. Okay. I don't know. In in terms of my creative process and like how I come up with ideas or whatnot, it's just say it's fairly simple. I consume a lot of media pretty much, and I also think a lot when I'm not like drawing or when I'm not playing video games or doing whatever. It's just like a lot of the things that I see, I'm just like, man, I want to do that, but I want to do it differently, or I want to do it better, or I want to take this a different direction, whatnot. And I do. But that's basically how my creative process goes. And I also like to just whatever is fun to me, I'll just do it pretty much.
Yeah, I'd say I'm also the same way as Jules here. Like, it's just kind of like me and Sean will sit down and watch an anime, and then I'm like, oh shit, this is a really cool concept I want to do something with. Like, the one unnamed, the one story that we don't really have a name for currently is based off of like a tabletop game that Sean is DMing that I'm like the player for. It's a part of it. There's more players and stuff, but it'd be other stories in it.
6 different campaigns.
Yeah.
Apparently.
For that one, right? Like,
Oh, wow.
I watched Elfenlied, and I fucking loved that anime, and we figured out how to make like vectors work as a power, as like a superpower in it. So like we're like using that for example. Just stuff where we're just like, yeah, this cool thing, we're going to do that.
Character's name is Claire Merrifield. For me...
Yeah, because...
sorry.
I was just going to say, I'm a huge fan of that anime. Like, I killed that in one weekend, like, years ago, and it's just left an impression on me, so it's cool that you guys have
So
a character
good.
that's
God, like-
inspired. Yeah.
Like, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't seen it, but for anyone who has, if you know the scene with the guy holding the little girl and the phone, and it's in like the second to last episode, that scene...
Oh, God.
That scene, we had to pause it because I was literally screaming and crying so much that I couldn't calm myself down.
Yeah,
It's not for the faint of heart.
it really ain't. Also, Chloe still won't watch the movie with me.
No, it's not a movie. There's an OVA.
OVA is an original video animation.
Yeah.
Same movie.
No, it's not a movie. It's like the length of an episode, I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you won't watch episode extra.
Whatever.
For me though, whenever I see types of media, because like when I was younger, for some reason or another, I used to watch a lot of bad movies, just because I thought they were funny. But now as an adult, if I see something that's kind of like dumb, I guess, or I don't agree with it in certain ways, I'll be like, how can I do this but better? Like in every way, shape, and form. Except for production quality, because, you know, I don't have 30 grand.
Yeah, we don't have Disney money.
But, like, there'd be things where it's like, man, this scene would be better if you just changed, like, a few different parts of it.
On that note, like... Oh, go ahead, Sean. I'm sorry. I don't want to, like...
It's a good, Julia. You want to say something, you can say it. I
Like
can
somewhat
hold a train of
related.
thought.
It's an open platform, you know?
Somewhat related to what Sean said, because, like, a good example of me, like, kind of taking something that I've seen and wanted to do something different and, like, better with it. Like, all of our comics and projects are interconnected within, like, a huge, like, multiverse. And initially, I got that whole idea from, it's weird. It's very weird. You'll understand it when I say it. It's Super Smash Brothers Brawl, the Subspace Emissary.
Got it.
That basically inspired this whole
Yeah.
fucking thing. Plus my interest in the MCU, and I just loved Infinity War so much because the way they balance the multiple characters that they have on screen.
I do gotta say,
Yes.
though, like, Infinity War, I haven't seen Endgame yet. I'm pretty sure I don't need to see any more after Infinity War, because I don't know if they can top that or not.
And, another thing...
that-
Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to say that was the ending. So you don't have to worry about anything else.
That's a canon ending.
Pretty much.
Thanos wins.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Blindness.
That movie
Don't bring
that
us into
movie
an
was
MCU
okay.
debate.
Okay,
It was
yeah,
It was
no.
okay,
It
but
was
it
a
wasn't
movie.
like
It was a
wasn't
film.
hype. It was a movie.
Yeah.
The Illuminati was in it. Spoilers. So that's neat,
Yeah.
but
So like Subspace Emissary, is that the ultimate goal, or are you building several different worlds out to meet that goal, or is it just going to be like that from the jump?
I'm building up to everything to it being like that. To the way the Subspace Emissary is.
I see.
I feel like that was just what was lacking from like the last two Brawl games, considering how many characters we got. I would
Really, I would have loved
to
another
see that
fucking
happen
story
again.
mode like that. Ah, that sucks.
Yeah. Apparently, Sakurai wasn't a huge fan because everybody posted the Subspace Emissary on YouTube,
Oh,
and he
no.
hated that he couldn't surprise people.
I want to be clear, it wasn't just that. Like, that was his original reason, but as it turned out later on, I forget, it was like another interview or something. It was apparently making the fighting game part and Subspace Emissary was apparently like developing two games at a single time in terms of development and stress. So he just didn't want to do it
Right.
again, which I can't blame him for.
I don't blame him for
Yeah,
that
that's
either.
fair.
It makes a lot of sense because that was like a mini Kirby game.
It pretty much was.
Yeah.
It played so much like a Kirby game.
Plus, that dude like literally kills himself like every time he makes a new Smash game. Like, do you guys remember when he was like, he got like really sick and to the point where like he had to have an IV drip,
Yeah.
like an IV drip in him when he was like testing
Like
and coding. and
every
stuff.
time they want to like want another Smash game, they just let Sakurai out of the Sakurai closet and just have him produce a video game.
And they were like,
Yeah.
we could always make someone else direct it. And he's like, no, it has to be me.
Yeah,
Which I don't blame him for.
Drags
I
himself
feel
out of
I
the-
feel that type of way.
Sakurai
His
closet.
eye just falls out. It's all good.
It's all good, guys. Dude, you
And
Some say that he's resting right now, though.
that's good.
See, he gets
I
hope
younger
so.
the
He's in
more
heaven.
people buy his games.
yeah. He's in heaven right now.
You seen
resting.
pictures of when he was younger? He looks older than he does now.
As opposed to Hirohito Araki, who just doesn't age.
Yeah, he stayed at 35.
Yeah.
Forever.
Like he peaked and he never went down.
I heard this conspiracy theory that all of JoJo is real, and the only reason why that could be the case is because Hirohito Araki is secretly a vampire.
True.
I think we have a few of them around here, Like, Keanu has to have something in his closet as far as
Halle Berry, though.
staying so young.
The blood of the innocent.
Yeah. Holly Berry as well.
Halle Berry is like, dude, how would she still look like that?
She looks
How
better
old is
now.
Idris Elba?
Damn, how old? I think he's in his 50s now.
Late 40s?
Okay, yeah, no, he's got something going for him.
I mean, he's looked like that age, though, for, like, a long time. He's 49.
So he's almost in.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like almost in his 50s, and he looks exactly the same as he did in like 2012. Which is like when I first saw him in like Thor or something.
The peppered gentleman look.
Yes.
So, yeah, I guess outside of that, we kind of used the second half of the podcast to talk about what games you guys have been playing and, shows you've been watching. There's a new Stranger Things out. I don't know if that's an inspiration to any of you.
Oh, I've been watching
Um,
Stranger Things. My mom, we love it.
I've never watched past season 1. I would like meant to, but then I just never did.
People keep saying the
Not
quality
seen it
went
yet.
down after season 1, but in my opinion, well, yeah, it went down in a sense, but like it not by much, in my opinion. So it's still entertaining to watch. People say season 3 is
Someone-
pretty shit, but even still, it's lower in quality in terms of season 1 and 2, but it's still really good.
It
Yeah.
seems
Someone-
pretty
which-
consistent to
that's-
me.
That's funny. Like I actually had a friend say that season 2 sucked, but season 3 was genuinely terrifying.
In a sense, season 3
And then-
kind of was, but it was also silly in other ways.
Yeah. Ah, I see.
It's just, I guess I'm like a little bored of all the 11 backstory to this point. I feel like it's beating up a dead horse.
Oh yeah.
Beating up a
fucking-
dead horse. Beating a dead horse.
Speaking of Stranger Things, I ended up finding out at some point that a direct inspiration for Eleven was her name's escaping me. What is it?
Lucy from Elfin
There we go. Yeah.
Really? Oh,
See, I can
Oh,
see
yeah, I
that.
remember
I can
hearing
definitely
that.
see that.
I remember hearing that
Eleven,
once.
she's actually in a Seven Deadly Sins video game.
Oh yeah, I forgot the
She's
mobile
in a
game
mobile
had a
game.
crossover. What the fuck?
What?
Oh
What
yeah.
kind of
What?
crossover is that?
I don't know.
Just look it up on YouTube.
What anime game puts what anime game puts fucking Stranger Things characters
Why?
in them?
Why not?
I mean, they're at least in the U.S. they're both Netflix properties, so
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough.
yeah.
I don't know.
I guess
It's-
that part makes sense. Is this the mobile game or is that
Yeah,
that
the mobile game.
fighting? Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense then.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of weird because it's like it's like when I see like Evangelion and everything, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Like, keep in mind, this is from someone who still hasn't watched Evangelion, but I do know about that scene. So,
Somewhere I actually
It's
tried
like-
watching Eva and I got bored.
Yeah, because you only saw one episode,
I
fam.
did not, dog. I
You
finished
saw
the
one
first episode.
Okay, we'll watch it again later. Oh, one thing me and Sean actually just... Oh, sorry. One thing me and Sean actually just finished doing was we watched all of the first season of Dan Versus. That show is fucking amazing.
really, I've seen clips from it, but I've never actually watched it.
Oh, it's cool.
I know the clip of there's like two clips from that show that I specifically have stick out of my head. The first is like them in a car and guy's driving and he's like it's a complete mystery as to what Dan knows and what he doesn't, and then he like
Yeah.
asks him something really complex. He asks him something really complex and he's like, oh, it's this, and then he asks him something simple and he's like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, so...
And then the other one is the IRS clip.
Yeah!
I don't care who the IRS sends. I'm not paying taxes.
The one where he was in the car, it was that episode's Dan versus George Washington, and he wants to go and blow up like Mount Rushmore or something.
No, he wants to blow up the Washington Manor.
Yeah, and fucking Chris, his friend, asks him who made it, and he says the exact answer, and then he's like, "Do you know where it is?" And he's like, "I don't know, Brazil." It's great.
Oh man.
So yeah, we watched that.
We finished Rising of the Shield Hero.
Oh, that show is so
Up
fucking...
to date, at least.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Still
no,
coming out.
we're waiting for the rest of season 2 to drop, but that show is so fucking good.
It's surprisingly good. I just think it's well written. However, it has a lot of bad politics stuff. Like the show goes out of its way to say slavery is good, and that's the worst institution that could ever
Yeah,
exist.
that's the one problematic element of the show that's just
What are you
very
talking
bad.
about? Slavery is fucking lit, bro. Slavery is pog. What are you talking about?
How does it come to that conclusion?
Okay.
So, like, I'll explain it if you.
No, I can do it. Okay. So at the very beginning of the show, Naofumi, the main character, is accused of raping the princess of the country.
One of the
So no one wants to help, and he's the shield hero, so he literally cannot like attack things, at least at the beginning, more towards there. And so out of like a complete and total desperation, where he's just like, I don't care about anyone. If they see me as a piece of shit, that's fine. That's how I'll treat them. He goes and he buys a small raccoon girl like as a slave, because he needs someone who's going to do it. And I think the show pretty bluntly, just the music, the setting, the tone of like all of when that happens, it's a very clear, oh, this is not a good thing he is doing, and he probably also doesn't like it. But then later on, fucking Raftalia, the raccoon girl, literally is like, nah, see, it's cool that he bought me because he was good to me. And she specifically tells the spear hero, you know, hey, if you cared about people like me, you'd also buy and own slaves. And it's like, no.
Also, so I need to point out the other three main heroes. Also, like the show's like main thing is, what if there were 4 Kirutos? And Hide's the sword hero literally looks like Kiruto, but he has an actual hairstyle. Dead ass, like, and none of the other ones own slaves at all.
Yeah.
And like the other ones think that's really disgusting that he does that. And then later on, the slave craft of Raftalia is removed. And what happens is she begs Naofumi to put a new one on her.
Oh yeah, that happened around the same time as the other thing I said. That was fucking weird. That show's weird.
And then later
I
on,
need to see a lot of it in context.
And yeah,
no,
is weird.
in context it gets worse.
Yeah, I hate to say it's worst in context.
Because later on, what happens is the bow hero lets go of one of his party members, and Nafumi's like, "Well, I'm gonna pick her up since she's already high level." So what happens is she's like not able to learn a lot of stuff. And then Raftalia's big answer to not being able to learn fast enough is, "Oh, we should get you a slave crest, because then you won't disobey Naofumi."
Yeah, and the show it's creepy. It's like the one thing. It's like the rest of the show is very good, and then there's that for some reason, and I don't know why.
And I think they're on their second season, middle of the second season.
Yeah, the second season's like 1 or 2 episodes away from finishing.
Interesting.
Also, I just finished playing Dishonored 2 and Dishonored Death of the Outsider. Those are very good immersive sims.
Nice.
It's Bethesda. That's when Bethesda was turning out that quality.
I mean, that wasn't even
That's
Bethesda.
when Bethesda-
That was Arcane. That was all Arcane.
Arcane, yes. Correct.
Arcane, yes.
Bethesda
They
the publisher.
just dropped Deathloop, but I just couldn't get into it. You know.
I bought it because Best Buy has Deathloop on sale like every other week for the PS5 version, so I got that for $20, and I'm waiting till the PS5 price drop happens.
Yeah. Speaking of Bethesda, because Mentok mentioned it, what do you guys think of Starfield? Because I think it looks kind of mid.
Yeah, no.
A little bit that
And,
I've
like-
seen, I'm not even fucking interested whatsoever. Period! Exclamation point.
I couldn't care less.
And like, I really hate that at the end, Todd was like, "Oh yeah, you'll be able to go to thousands of planets." It's like, okay, thousands of randomly generated planets that probably will look like shit half the time. Sure.
Just like imagine like a big
Yeah,
barren red rock with just one computer that says Poggers on it.
This is gonna be No Man's Starfield, isn't
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
It is. I honestly think that people are kind of over, like, ridiculously large worlds. They want stuff to do.
Yeah, no,
And
like,
Yeah.
just hearing thousands of planets, I'm like, I'm not gonna
That
go
sounds
to
exhausting.
1,000.
You're
Yeah,
gonna give me
it-
1,000
it-
planets.
yeah.
You better give me something
like
to
a
do on those
chore.
goddamn planets, bitch. You better fucking give me something unique on every single fucking planet.
yeah, you know, for
And
anyone
I'm not
out there
kidding
who wants
either.
to play, for anyone out there who thinks that like something like Starfield looks like shit, just play Outer Worlds. It's like Starfield if Starfield was good and made by competent devs who have made a good Fallout game.
I love
From the
this.
creators of the original Fallout.
Yeah.
From
Original.
yeah, and Fallout 2, I think.
Yes.
And they made New Vegas.
And New Vegas.
All-
Which, by the way, New Vegas is the best game made since Bethesda got the license in the Fallout series, and it wasn't even made by Bethesda.
yeah, hard
and they
agree.
made it in like a
I-
fucking year.
Yeah, they had a year to make it, which is why it was so buggy on release.
Yeah, I remember it got like hit hard critic wise, but they're just like, there is a game under this, under all these bugs, there is a game here. And then I eventually played it, and it is definitely the best written.
Yeah.
There's a lot of story options, a lot of cool side quests that just aren't. And you go back to Fallout 3 after that, or if you go even forward to Fallout 4, it's just like clearly a lot of that's missing, you know?
Oh,
Yeah,
did
I
you-
think my favorite part about that is that like they even like make references to Fallout 1 and 2, which Bethesda is scared of doing, and they also even put in like a little bit of like little bits of lore that like you wouldn't really think about. Like there's a guy who's like heavily implied to be the son of the mysterious stranger and stuff. I just think it's neat.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hidden stuff in there. And I
Yeah.
think Starfield, honestly, is going to be kind of like those shooting mechanics from Fallout 4. And I don't know if they're going to go hard on the quest lines, which is what honestly made Skyrim. in my opinion. I think that's what everybody likes about it. You can kind of go anywhere and do whatever. But
Yeah.
there's like really cool, interesting little quest lines and occurrences happening. It's gonna be hard to have that happen on like a 1,000 planet galaxy.
Oh, fucking
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of RPGs, that fucking Persona Xbox announcement. Oh, God.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Why did they put portable? Why did they put portable though?
So here's the thing. All of Alice's games are kind of coded like dog shit.
Okay, I want to be clear. We don't have the exact source on us, but it was something this one guy on Twitter who's like a Persona Stan account was talking about, and apparently something to do with like the character models or something.
So like one example is every single have you guys played Persona 3?
Yeah.
Yes.
I played it vanilla and
Okay.
then Fest, and then I just skipped portable because of just all of the things they took away from it.
Okay. So you know every single cutscene inside the game, right? That isn't a fully anime cutscene, like all the like in-game models cutscenes, right?
Yeah.
Each of those cutscenes is a different character model that is 100% identical.
What?
Yeah.
That's like what
Mitsuru
Sun
has,
and
like,
Moon did.
37 odd identical character models. Nyx has 14 identical character models. Makoto Yuki has
That's-
something along the lines of 40 or 50 identical character models.
That's exactly what Sun and Moon did though.
That's funny.
But I'm not a game dev, so why would they do it that way?
Laziness.
I don't know. I know that Atlas is kind of like well known for having really weird coding. Like for example,
Yeah,
Persona
like
5
I've
base, the physical attack moves, like the physical and gun, are inside of the animation section of the game, not the attack or skill section.
The fuck?
Yeah, it's an entirely different part
I've
of the
also
game, like coding.
I don't know how true this is, but I also saw someone post like code from, I don't remember if it was like an SMT or a Persona game, but it was one of them, and it was just like a bunch of like if else statements over and over, and the person said even Atlas is not above pulling a Yondev.
A Yondev. Good old spaghetti
I think
code. I
that
love
was
it.
Persona 1.
Okay, that makes sense.
God.
What is going on with that game? That I completely forgot about Yandere Simulator. Oh my
So,
god.
like-
Yandere Simulator
Here's
again?
what's weird. Here's what's weird about like that thing. I was following it for a while, then I was like, has he done anything else? So then I did some quick Google searches, yada yada. Then I found his other aliases, which is like Eva Zephon. And,
Yeah.
I found out he used to write porn.
Wow, are we
Yeah.
supposed to be shocked?
He has
Anything
a-
else?
Pretty decent one for Persona 3, oddly enough.
Weird. I know
it's like-
he wrote like erotic fan fiction, and
Yeah,
he
that-
also like on a forum he asked people how to beat a certain game that I don't think I want to say the name of.
You're making
This-
me more curious now.
I'm gonna type out the name of this game that he asked how to beat, and I want you all to not say the name of it out loud because it's probably gonna get this video taken down.
Non-consensual
no.
sex slay.
Yes, that game.
That is, okay.
The-
censored version of the
A dark
word.
web
That's
classic.
a real game?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a real
Yeah,
game.
that's
like
a
a
real
meme.
game, unfortunately. No, it's real, unfortunately.
Yeah, I thought that was a meme that people like just made clips for.
No, it's a. Oh God, I
I-
hate.
I've
know.
only
It's a
remember
real
it by
game.
name. I just don't remember too much about it. But
It's a good thing we don't
You know when it's
remember it.
typed out like that,
I
it
think it's
it looks like a
started.
like it could be a flavor of chips.
That's bad. That's bad. Oh, that's so bad.
All right.
It has
Oh,
nice
so-
Let's move
flavor.
on. Let's move on from this.
Okay,
But
yeah.
Yandere Simulator, I don't know how we got here, but this is basically like every YouTuber's game to play, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
And like they
Yeah.
play every update. I'm like, well, I guess I'll download it when it's out, and it never comes out. And then as this guy's adding more features, I'm like, I don't know if I really want to play this still.
Yeah,
Was gonna say
I remember
that.
like I don't know. I followed him for like a good while, and then I found out that he was kind of crazy, and then I stopped
Yeah,
following him.
he-
So like,
Yeah,
that shit where he's like, where people were making like yandere sim type of games, and then he would DM them saying to cancel their game. Like, that shit was so weird.
also he partnered with Tiny Build
Yeah.
for like a year, I think it was, and they fixed all of his code, and it looked fucking phenomenal from what I've heard. And then he fired
Yeah.
the dude because he couldn't read the code.
If you like that.
sounds about right.
I think
And,
like a couple of years ago, I just go ahead. Sorry.
Now you go first, mate.
Yeah, I was just saying like a couple of years ago, I just went down a Yandere dev rabbit hole where like all these YouTubers were covering him, and then it just like YouTube would just take me from a one critique video to the next about how awful this guy is. And
Yeah.
so like once I got through it, I'm like, wow, that was quite the ride. And then I haven't really looked at it since. So I'm just wondering if this game's ever going to be released. And I just did a quick YouTube, and it's just popular YouTubers at the top. Like there's no updates from him.
It will never be released.
Yeah.
It doesn't even exist. What even is Yandere?
I think it can be released. I don't think he will release it. I think there will be other fan
Yeah.
games that are like it that will be better.
But every
Well,
other
I don't
fan
know
game
if
that
it'll
tried
release it.
has failed. Every single one has tried and failed. And it's not even because
I
of
remember-
him. It's because of themselves. They always screw themselves over because of stupid petty drama or just bad.
I remember.
whatever.
I remember there was one that got really popular. To the point where they even got like Standpie to do like the voice of the male character because they had like a male-female option, and Standpie was like announced as like the voice actor, and then the very next day he was let go from the project because they were upset at him for calling them out for using like a guy who was like grooming kids as the voice actor, and then like a month later a few days later, like the project lead was like, oh yeah, let's put in that groomer back as like the voice of this guy.
That's
Just
terrible.
because like he was friends with him. Yeah, it was awful. He's got like a whole video on it. I don't know if it's still on his channel or not. I think he took them down after the drama went away, but yeah, it sucks.
So here's the joke for you guys then. A provisional release date of 2021 was announced on Yandere Simulator website. But as of March 2022, so it's like, what, 3 months ago, there's been
Yeah.
no further update.
That's cute. That's cute.
Yeah.
Godspeed, Yandere. Yandere, no. Godspeed.
Godspeed. If it released
Godspeed.
5 years ago, he would have just been swimming in cash and never had to work
Who
again.
knows? Maybe he did. It's just in an alternate universe somewhere.
Yeah.
We gotta go in the multiverse to see what could have happened.
Like-
you know?
In
Like,
the multiverse of
The
madness.
Yandere dev of our universe just went to a whole different universe and released it there, and just as a last laugh and a middle finger to our universe specifically.
Into the Yandere Devverse.
Yandere dev.
To the Yandiverse.
So who would want to be in a room full of Yandere devs in his bottles of cum?
Oh my god.
God damn it! Stop.
I could just picture like 8 Yandere devs like talking at the same time.
Oh my god.
That reminds me of this like little like thing that I saw someone post once. It's imagine that one day you wake up in like this like white box like the Cube or something, right? And you're surrounded by a bunch of people who look like you, and you slowly realize that they're all alternate versions of you from other universes, and you all start talking, and there's like these 15 different versions of you, and slowly over the course of like hours of you guys just talking to each other, you start to realize that you're the one who's accomplished the least in their lives. What do you do in that situation? How do you feel?
I will instantly
Ask them how
know.
they did theirs.
I will instantly know once I see the other one is more feminine than I am, and I'll just be like, oh well, shit, I suck.
I'll just be like, damn, this really do be an Alex Yick moment.
I really, really do be lacking right now.
Oh man.
I'll just get one good look at it. It's like, and I see her have like boobs, and she's like wearing a fucking skirt and shit. And I'm just like, damn, fuck am I doing? Shit, how are you like this? What did you do?
What did you do, alternate Robin? Oh, I single-handedly cured cancer. What have you done? Oh, I got kicked out of my house by my landlord, and then I moved back in with my parents and have accomplished nothing for a year. Oh, so you're the worst. Yeah, pretty much.
I have stopped all wars, solved world hunger. What have you done? I make Sonic videos.
Sonic videos.
Alright, so how did y'all do your stuff so I can learn from you? Because if I can do it, I can do it.
Because if I
We have the same exact brain, right?
I can do it. What exactly is different about you? Well, for starters, I don't have ADHD. What? How do you not have ADHD? You're me. Well, you see, in this universe, I don't. Huh.
I cured it.
Huh. If only I had thought of that sooner. Why didn't I just remove my ADHD? Crap.
Oh, that's literally that scene from The Simpsons where like with Hank Scorpio, where he's like, oh my goodness, why didn't I think of that sooner?
My goodness. I've gone all this time without having ADHD? Damn it.
I could have just been born differently. What?
Why didn't I? Why didn't I?
It's like a stat. It's a stat roll in every universe, you know.
Yeah.
It's RNG.
It's RNG in every universe. So same DNA but different
Yep.
stats.
I'm like, so how did you
I'm
get
just
that? Oh, I was born rich. Oh, damn, why didn't I think of that?
I don't know.
I'm just thinking of like God, Jesus, Buddha, like all these different like deity people like playing a massive game of like D&D, and someone rolls the D20 when creating a new character, and they're like, oh man, this one's got ADHD.
It's a good thing that this character is better in my other campaign.
Yes. Oh man, this one's got crippling depression that develops at age 15. How am I supposed to live with this?
I'll make it work somehow.
And it says, oh man, he's gonna be having an office job too. He'll never accomplish his dreams. Damn.
This shit got real depressing
He's
real
gonna-
fast.
He's gonna die alone too.
Oh,
He'll
dang.
never have kids.
oh man. Oh.
Is that even determined in D&D? Like, isn't that
Yes.
like the purpose?
role
It is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
it should be at the. That should be at the end, right?
so like, the thing is with like D&D is you can. So like, how to put this? In some editions, there are character flaws where you actually could have stuff like ADHD, but like, that's mostly just done through role playing, and it doesn't give you any ups or downs statistically. For some reason.
Hmm.
Whereas in the thing
It's like,
I'm playing, like the system I'm using to do this one TT with for the comic I'm gonna make, there actually are IRL like mental illnesses your characters can have, like fear of heights, and there are statistical things where it's like, yeah, you got to pass a willpower check or you can't go up there, you'll literally lock up.
that's cool.
Yeah, no.
I was thinking more like the predetermined death part. I don't know. Is that a rule in D&D?
No.
Like, oh, this person is destined to die
no,
alone.
the
Okay.
system we're using for our thing, doesn't that literally have like a doomed flaw?
Yeah, that's not D&D though. D&D is almost exclusively perks.
Mhm.
There aren't really any flaws, at least
Yeah.
not outright in D&D, besides like weaknesses, and player characters never get those. Only monsters really do.
Yeah,
Well, there
so in
should
the
be.
system the system we're using is this fan-made system that uses the Nasuverse stuff, so like Fate, Tsukihime, Garden of Sinners, and one of the flaws that I took was like I have like chronic nightmares, so every time my character goes to sleep, I have to roll, and if I roll poorly, I just see weird shit, and then I'm fatigued for the rest of the day.
Yeah. But there is a doom flaw inside the other system where it's like, hey, you have stage 3 cancer, you're gonna die soon. You're doomed.
Oh yeah, well, like
Oh.
yeah.
Yay, cancer! I love it.
D&D is intense.
I mean, that stuff isn't in D&D. However, what I do miss is in D&D and AD&D, they used to have IRL illnesses as
Oh yeah, couldn't
fucking.
you get gonorrhea or something?
No, you can get a lot more than just gonorrhea, baby girl. You get straight up HIV and cancer.
Oh boy.
Oh wow.
Oh, and there's more.
Fog.
So back then, spell slots were weak. You had almost none. So you couldn't even cure disease usually.
Oh wow.
Fog.
And everything, and I do mean everything, had almost no HP. Lolth, the CR-26 spider demon at that time. Now she's a goddess, but at that time she was just a demon lord. She had a mighty 66 HP.
Why not?
Wow.
You can get that at like level 5 to 8 now.
Jeez.
Like genuinely, like here's an example. I don't remember the predetermined game, but I know the big twist at the end is that the guy is a vampire lizard man. It's a whole thing. I might send it later, but you could get malaria from the mosquitoes or the water.
Oh shit.
Huh.
Okay, good thing you said malaria, because I just remembered something about DINORAWRS I wanted to say.
Oh god.
Okay.
So,
Full circle.
Okay. So here's one more thing. Now I don't know if Jules does this, but me and Sean have this thing where when we go to make something, like sort of like as inspiration, we kind of have like certain music we like to listen to that really sets like an atmosphere or a mood. Like for one of the stories I'm writing, I'm listening to like a lot of this album called Seven by Beach House. It's just very moody, very dark. And then when we're doing like the role play game for like my one character Claire, we listen to like the OST for Cyclonials, like Andrew Hussey's new game and stuff like that. So that's like something where we have a lot of that in mind, and me and Sean, because I yick-pilled Sean.
What do you mean you yick-pilled me? When we first played it, you were like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then I was like, this is based.
Yeah, because I thought it was bad, and then we played it, and then I was like, oh, it's good, because I bothered to play the video game.
Oh, it's good.
fucking-
Whoa.
We like me and Sean really want like if there was like ever a reason like we could do like a trailer or something for the comic or like a show, we'd really want like Andrew to do like the music for it, because we've been listening to like DJ set at the Literal Apocalypse like a ton recently.
Yeah.
So, something like that.
When I do stuff for DINORAWRS, like it's editing and stuff like that, and a little bit of the extra character writing, I usually listen to Andrew Allison music, not just necessarily Yick music, but mostly that. Because I think it fits really well. And I sent it to Julia, and she was like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Nice.
I seal
Andrew's
approval.
a fucking musical
Seal of
genius.
approval.
Yes, he is.
I still have to get involved in that game.
Yeah, he's waiting for the 1.5 update to come out to play it.
So I'm going in totally blind.
That's
Yeah,
good.
totally
Dope.
blind. He doesn't. Yeah.
And just gonna hate every minute of it.
Man. Also, I love that there's what's his name, Frail Dog, in one of the songs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
I was like,
I think.
what?
Yeah, it's how to vex your enemies. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You fretting, dog.
you friend dog. Kick your shit in, boy. And the very end, he's like, shout out to Frail Dog.
Yeah. Which is great because in game it loops, so you hear him say "shout out to Frail Dog" like 30 times.
That's fucking great. Holy shit.
That's fucking
Yeah.
brilliant. Oh man.
Yeah.
But yeah. If you guys want to talk about other things that we're planning on doing though, and not just DINORAWRS, we could, but like I think that would be good for other podcasts though.
Yeah, we usually end off after an hour, and it's been an hour, so.
Okay.
Alright. Thank you for having
Yes.
us on. You guys have been amazing. Hella funny. And
I love funny.
Thank
I'm
you.
the
funnier.
based pog, whatever the new meme is, seal of approval.
Thank you.
Well, for what it's worth, we'd love to have you all back on and talk about other projects you're working on. And yeah, just let us know anytime, and we're willing to bring you guys back
Yeah,
on.
that'll be great. And I'll probably have more
Yeah.
details on shit like next time we come back on, so it'll be great.
All right, cool. Sounds good.
So
Say
Robin,
the
you
line,
wanna-
Mentok. Say the line.
Wait. Before that, let our audience know where they can find you. Any Twitter accounts or anything like that, website?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Chloe, bring them up.
Yeah, no, I'll link them real quick. Give me one moment.
Yeah, we'll
Maybe
put
not
these
say
all in
mine.
our description.
Maybe not send yours. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post all of my own
'Cause-
links in a minute.
Because, like, the one I had, like, for that, I'm having trouble finding the password. So I just have my personal one, and that's personal.
Okay,
Yeah, that's fair.
There's a link.
So
to,
we'll share all of those
Yeah.
in the description, so everyone has a
Really,
place to go look and check all this out.
Yeah.
we have a.
I might even
personal
make a
Twitter
pinned
for
comment just because. But yes.
So I'm gonna
All right, Robin. So
I'm gonna link my shit and then I'm gonna fucking read it out loud like a bitch. Oh my god, no!
Do
What'd
it.
you do?
Okay, so Robin, take us home.
All right. That has been it for today's episode of Whatever, Whenever. Episode 28, I believe.
I believe so.
Yes, episode 28. Thank you all for listening. I, as always, am Robin.
And I'm the Mentok.
And these are all the other people that we have.
The other people. Is that all I am to you?
Yes,
just
the other-
just other people?
Yeah, we're your honored guests. Jesus, Robin.
Oh, man. I'm so
This
glad
man
we're
has
not
no
number
etiquette.
2,508. We're still within the first 100 episodes. So someone that binges this in the future can still find it.
We're still in the first 100. Once we reach 100, we have to start being gentlemen to everyone and stop swearing and open up a Patreon.
Nah, that's not me.
I'm family
Yes.
friendly, everyone. Look at me.
I'm so I'm really family fucking friendly. Anyways, yeah. Anyways, yes, that's it for this episode. We'll see you all later.
Peace.